Hi, my name is Doug Gibson. Welcome to Plan9Crunch, and we're going to start something new at Plan9Crunch. We are going to read just one page of a genre novel, and we'll do this maybe once a week, and we'll go to the classics, we'll go to more recent. I am really looking forward to some of our Plan9Crunch followers to read. Guys that come in mind are Brad Braddock, and Pat Nilsson and Christopher Gauthier. And so I think this will be a lot of fun. And I'm going to read today to start it off. Oh, I need to say one more thing. I'm sorry. During the COVID pandemic, a good friend of mine named Don Porter, who's the former editorial page editor at the Ogden Standard Examiner, I succeeded him when he left. He read I think it was just a page a day of a novel. He did it for a long time, and I was so impressed with that. It was just wonderful to get up and listen to him read the page, and I think I even contributed one time. So he's kind of the inspiration for this, and I just want people to know that. So the first novel we're going to read a page from is Dracula by Bram Stoker, and it was published in 1897, I believe just a few days ago. It had its anniversary. So listen very carefully as I read. Dracula is written in the style of journal entries and letters, and it's a must-read if you haven't read it before. So I'm going to go right here. It's on page 26, Jonathan Harker's journal from May 8th. I began to fear, as I wrote in this book, that I was getting too diffuse, but now I am glad that I went into detail from the first. For there is something so strange about this place and all in it that I cannot but feel uneasy. I wish I were safe out of it, or that I had never come. It may be that this strange night existence is telling on me, but would that were all. If there were anyone to talk to, I could bear it, but there is no one. I have only the Count to speak with, and I fear I am myself the only living soul within the place. Let me be so prosaic so far as facts can be. It will, and imagination must not run riot with me. If it does, I am lost. Let me say at once how I stand or seem to. I only slept a few hours when I went to bed, and feeling that I could not sleep any more, got up. I had hung my shaving glass by the window and was just beginning to shave. Suddenly I felt a hand on my shoulder and heard the Count's voice saying to me, "Good morning." I started, for it amazed me that I had not seen him, since the reflection of the glass covered the whole room behind me. In starting, I had cut myself slightly, but did not notice it at the moment. Having answered the Count's salutation, I turned to the glass again to see how I had been mistaken. This time there could be no error, for the man was close to me, and I could see him over my shoulder, but there was no reflection of him in the mirror. The whole room behind me was displayed, but there was no sign of a man in it except myself. This was startling, and coming on the top of so many strange things, was beginning to increase that vague feeling of uneasiness which I always have when the Count is near. But at that instant I saw that the cut had bled a little, and the blood was trickling over my chin. I laid down the razor, turning as I did so half round to look for some sticking plaster. When the Count saw my face, his eyes blazed with a sort of demoniac fury, and he suddenly made a grab at my throat. I drew away, and his hand touched the string of beads which held the crucifix. It made an instant change in him, for the fury passed so quickly that I could hardly believe that it was ever there. "Take care," he said. "Take care how you cut yourself. It is more dangerous than you think in this country." Then seizing the shaving glass, he went on, "And this is the wretched thing that has done the mischief. It is a foul bauble of man's vanity. Away with it!" And opening the window with one wrench of his terrible hand, he flung out the glass, which was shattered into 1,000 pieces on the stones of the courtyard far below. Then he withdrew without a word. It is very annoying, for I do not see how I am to shave unless in my watch case or the bottom of my shaving pot, which is fortunately of metal. I'm going to stop now. This is a marvelous Gothic horror novel. It's ridiculous for me to actually give you a publisher. You can get it anywhere. Go to Amazon, go to eBay, go to Nook, go to Books A Million, whatever you can. Go to your local bookstore. This is a nice looking copy that they sell a lot for a relatively cheap price. But I urge you to read Dracula. And I want to thank you. Once again, I'm Doug Gibson from Plan9Crunch. Plan9Crunch at Facebook. We're plan9crunch.blogspot.com, PLANNINE.blogspot.com. We have a podcast. You can reach at Spotify and also Apple and other areas. And we're on YouTube at Plan9Crunch. Please give us a subscription and check us out. We appreciate it. And we'll be back with another genre fiction novel to read a page of in the near future. That's a wrap.